Seasons greetings, everyone. Hello, how are we
Hello,
doing?
hello.
Hi there.
Great to have you all along for the SCS Software Special. It's the Christmas stream, it's the annual one we do every year, and we all know that you're very, very excited to be here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, live on Twitch, YouTube, and on Steam. It's great to see so many familiar names. But also joined by some guests here in the studio in Prague. We've got three guests. I was only expecting two, but we have three guests with us in the studio. Starting off with Namiro. So it's great to have you along. You've been
Hello, my friend.
today, and you've got a beautiful truck with you today. You got the Mac there, all decorated and ready to go for Christmas.
Yes, sir. It's ready to hold some gifts.
Oh yes, in the brand new event that we're going to talk about a little bit later. We're also joined by the Scs Snowman, the cool guy. There he is, right there in the middle. I'm sure you've got the air conditioning running pretty low to keep him
He's cool.
going.
He's cool. You know him. He's cool.
I'm happy to see Scs Snowman. I think he was one of the first kind of guests that we had on the Christmas streams when I started streaming.
Yeah, true.
Like way back when, what was that, 3 years ago?
Maybe 4.
That was a long time ago.
He actually owns the
glad to
studio, so he's our boss.
It's great to have the SCS Snowman back on the stream and to join us for such a special occasion. And of course, Pavel Šebor, CEO of SCS Software. Pavel, it's great to have you along. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks. I'm happy to be here again. It's the second time in a week, so it's a rare thing. But I promise to come back from time to time.
You start to be an influencer. You're thinking about streaming.
I end up being an influencer, of course.
The chat is very excited to have you all along. And of course, Pavel as well, especially. It's always a treat to have you on the stream. And we've got lots to talk about today, lots to go through as well. Let's give a shout out to some of the people in the chat as well, because we're live on both of these platforms.
I saw that girl, Nisha. Hi, Nisha.
Some familiar names. Yeah, I see DJ Eddie.
Marcelo,
I see
Julio.
Fair Lady. I see Darius, one of our colleagues as well. You know Darius. He's here as well. Great to see you. I think I saw Sissel as well earlier in the chat as well. Hello, everyone.
Philip, can you please disappear outside us for a second? I want to show Darius something that's on the table ready for us. See, Darius?
Oh.
Actual food. And you are missing
They've
it.
got cookie. And what's in the
milk,
the mugs?
Cold milk, yeah.
Cold milk, not a hot chocolate, some cold milk.
And it's not
cookies.
fake, it's real.
It is real. Beautiful. Wow, I'm very jealous.
Cheers,
and the cookies, are they chocolate cookies? Or what kind of cookies have you got there on the table?
I don't know the English word for it, but it's the Christmas cookies, all types of it.
It's a mix, anyway.
Yeah, it's a
mix,
some of it is chocolate,
variety.
some of it is based on nuts.
Yeah.
Some of it is based on coconut. So
it's a lot of sugar.
Wow.
most of it is sugar anyway. By
Basically,
content,
it's like a sugar.
90% sugar.
And a few nuts.
Oh, definitely a Christmas treat, that's for sure. One for the festive season. And, sounds like we're all set up and ready to go. So, chat, it's great to see you all. Thank you for joining us. And, let's see where everybody's watching from as well. Can we get a location check in the chat?
Here goes the SCS
wait
elevator.
for the chat to blow up. It's going to go crazy. So, where's everybody watching from in the world right now? Somebody said a gingerbread house there for a second. Belgium, Brazil, New York. Look at that
Canada,
chat go.
India,
Oh my god.
Friesland,
Malaysia,
Oklahoma.
Nevada,
I can't even
Greece, Spain.
all over the
I
place.
can't read that.
It's so
Oh
fast
my
that I cannot
goodness.
read it. Absolutely.
It's just flying. Look at them going. I've seen Northern Ireland, Finland,
YouTube
Turkey,
chat, we
Austria.
see you as well. Czech, Poland,
Czech.
Belgium,
Yeah,
North Pole, Denmark, Guatemala.
Guatemala.
For
wow.
real?
Which is Colombia, Canada, Russia,
Mars,
Italia,
Mars,
Uganda,
okay.
Brazil. Oh my goodness.
And the country of
A
Chicago.
lot of people. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody,
Great
for
to
joining
have you
us. It's
here.
great to see. We've got the world with us. For Christmas.
Someone
right,
from
well, before
SCS HQ. We got a suspicious
Really?
one. Yeah, and it.
who's in the base?
Poshpeed says he's here
Poshpeed.
somewhere.
There's somebody from
Oh,
Singapore,
no.
but it's not Oscar. So we
Oh.
have more
It's not
players
Oscar,
in
there you
Singapore
go.
than just one. Great.
We got some friends over there as well. That's fantastic. And we've got a lot of content coming up for you on the stream today, including we've got a massive giveaway happening, haven't we, Namiro?
Yes, sir.
We do. Should we talk to the chat about that?
Yeah, we can go for it. I believe there is
Oh.
up to 15 items that we are going to give away at the end of this stream.
There is.
Yeah, Philip,
we've got a huge
Philip, can you bring the
pool of gifts.
picture of all the things that are going to be given away? Sorry that we don't have it here on the table because we will be
It'd be too much.
like hidden behind it. Look at that
is.
pile. Look at that pile.
Look at all of those gifts that SCS Santa has for you, chat. And you, yes, you, I'm talking to you in the chat live right now. You could be the owner of one of these items that are up for grabs throughout the stream. What exactly have we got here? Well,
I can't decide for which.
Starting from.
I can't decide for
well,
which one I would go.
There's too much choice there. We've got a range of stuff from all of our friends over at HyperX, Thrustmaster, DAF, Crone, also from the SCS eShop as well, which is quite rare and to grab your hands on as well. We've got a Thrustmaster T248 steering wheel up for grabs.
But a limited edition.
Special one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's limited edition.
It is.
And why is it limited edition?
Because it carries either American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator 2 logo on it. And it's all black and red. It's different than those normal
and
standard
maybe
ones you
Nimira,
can get
I might
on
have just
the
lost you
Thrustmaster shop.
audio-wise on Discord.
It's
I couldn't hear what you said.
limited editions.
But I'm not sure what's happening.
And we just lost
I've
you,
lost
Alex.
the
I can see
connection on
you
your
speak,
microphone
but
there.
I can't
I'm pretty
hear
sure
you.
you're telling the people what it was. I think it was the black and red, and
Alex,
also with the
there?
logo of
You there?
ATS or ETS
Oh, no.
on it. Is that correct?
We've lost.
Oh, there you go. I got you again.
We've
I
lost.
got you again.
We've lost me. You've lost me. I just got a drop of my Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, that's
really?
correct.
There you go.
It's a different one. It's black and red themed, and it carries either American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator 2 logo on it. And it's only a few of these have been made.
The retail units are different.
Huh?
The standard retail units are different color coding,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
Yes,
You
they are.
basically
These
can't
are
buy these.
like collectibles of high
Limited
value
edition, yeah.
eventually.
One of a kind.
Don't you dare put it on eBay. We will be watching.
We
we
don't
will
wanna
be
say it on
watching.
there.
We will be watching.
Yeah, we'll be looking. We'll be looking. Make sure you use that and give it lots of love and keep it to yourself because it is really one of a kind. So we've got that up for grabs. We've also got a HyperX Cloud 2 wireless gaming headset up for grabs, a Quadcast sRGB microphone from HyperX up for grabs. We've got a HyperX Alloy Origins gaming keyboard, which is the US layout up for
Yes.
grabs, a gaming mouse, a mouse pad from HyperX.
And that's the big one.
We've got
That's the long one.
a huge
yeah.
one for your desk. The massive one. It covers your whole desks. And it's in RGB as well, so it'll be lovely and lit up. We've got 2 times of those DAF Trucks XG Plus scaled models. We've got 1 of those DAF Trucks XF Plus scaled models. We've got a Chrome Trailers Profiliner scaled truck and trailer model. We've got the very last of the Renault Trucks T-High
that's exclusive as
Evolution
well. That's very
concept art
exclusive.
created by Annie, and it's signed by a ton of people from around SCS Software, including, I believe, both Pavel and Nimira
Yes.
as well have signed that poster. We've also got the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 as well, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's the latest in eye technology tracking for you to use while you're gaming in your truck cab to look around. And 3 SCS American Truck Simulator or ETS2 t-shirts from the eShop, which is unfortunately no longer open, but we've still got a few leftover bits there for you that you can grab and wear with pride. Now, you may be wondering, chat, how can I get involved in this giveaway? Tell me how I can win some of those gifts. That sounds amazing. Well, to take part, it is already open. We're going to be running the giveaway.
You already said it?
This
You already said it?
I've already said it, so I just
okay.
need to tell them what to do. I need to tell them what to do here. Chat, here's just some ground rules for you to enter, right? Throughout this stream, all you need to do is type 1 keyword. Now, this giveaway only takes place on twitch.tv/SCS Software,
Sorry, Steve.
YouTube, Steam. Sorry, we still haven't got the means of getting giveaways working on those platforms. So head over to our Twitch channel here, and all you need to do once is type the keyword Xmas. Xmas
Easy,
is the
easy it is.
keyword. Chats, that's the keyword. There you go.
And there
And that'll
you go.
automatically enter you into the giveaway on Twitch, and we will be drawing the winners at the end of the stream and contacting you via there. Now, here's a little bit of a shake-up for you. Normally, we would assign the gifts to, the people say, you've won this, you've won that. But since it's Christmas, these gifts are going to be a complete surprise for you all. So, when you get drawn as the winner, if you're lucky enough to be drawn as a winner, then the prize that you're getting is going to be a surprise. You
Yeah.
could win the wheel, you could win the truck.
You
it
will
could
see.
be anything.
You will see.
You will find
You
out. It's
probably
gonna
will
be
be
a
able to
Christmas
tell
gift
by
from
the
us.
size of the package when it arrives.
Maybe, maybe.
know.
Or we could put, the tiny trucks in a massive box. I don't know.
True,
We'll see.
true.
We'll see. But that is your keyword. Again, you only need to type it once, chat.
You will
No more
you will
than
be
once,
also
so-
able to read these instructions as one of the overlays. We will be switching through the stream, as you can see on the display. So
yeah, we'll keep reminding you throughout the stream on how to enter the giveaway.
chat,
what's up for
calm
grabs.
down. You need to type it only once.
Only once. I mean, there's a lot of people, so it's gonna be a bit busy at the start. So excellence is your keyword, and please again make sure to have your Twitch whispers on. That's your DM system, so I can contact you after the stream to get in touch with you with how to get those prizes to you. Otherwise, we won't be able to send you your prize.
And we
so
will
please
keep them.
Make sure you do that. Yep, I mean it means more gifts for us.
Yeah.
You know, we'll give one to Pavel, we'll give one to Nimiro. The Scs Snowman might even win a wheel. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen on the stream tonight, so make sure you do that. Okay, well. Now we've got all those things out of the way. Very exciting. There's even more exciting content. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about the event that's happening. We just launched the event today, right, Nimiro?
Yes, sir. And we are going to have also a dedicated stream related to it with our special guest, Gavin. You know him, Chad. You know him, Chad. You love him. You love how he drives with turn indicators on all the time. So he's coming back tomorrow for in a dedicated stream to this.
Yeah, and he's the crucial person
Yeah,
in conceiving this year's Christmas event. Basically, the kind of the owner of the project with all pulling the strings, with all the departments coordinated over the creation of it. So
Correct.
That's the right person to welcome tomorrow.
Correct, and he can't wait to meet with you, Chad, again. But if you like can't wait to participate in this event as well, then if you want to know all the info about this event we just started, head to our blog or worldoftrucks.com. All the information and instructions are there. Or you can also just turn on the game and you will get notified with the summary of the most crucial information and instruction how to take part in this event.
Yeah, and it's quite a unique event this year. So
is.
definitely make sure to read through the lore, and there's lots of unique rewards up for grabs. But you won't be able to gain those rewards. You have to work as a community to go through different tiers like we've done in the past. And I got to say, I really love the Christmas trailers this year.
Me too.
They're looking fantastic. And
when you have...
Pavel, I'm sure you've seen them as well, right? You've taken a look through them, and I think they look really festive.
The team has invited me to provide feedback. We chose... With our limited bandwidth, we had to choose. We don't have as much content as we might love to have, so it's always a compromise. But I think the choice is really solid. It's really great. And while these trailers, the deliveries, will only live for now for the duration of the event, we hope to find a way to eventually bring them into the Christmas DLC as well. That's the hope. We had to make some compromises again, technically and for the coverage of the particular trailer types. So this nicely complementing trailer will be available now for the duration of the event, but we do hope that over the coming months, and hopefully by the next Christmas at least, when they become relevant again, they will be growing the value of the Christmas DLC.
That sounds great, and I really love as well, the lights that you've got around the trailer there as well, the very festive lights, and the lights that you have on your truck then, Imo, is one of the rewards, the personal rewards, is that correct?
I don't have them.
I
don't have them.
You don't have them on? Is that part of the paint job you got on?
It's just shiny paint job.
Yeah, I believe this is part of the paint job, because the lights are personal reward, and I'm sorry, but I haven't been able to...
I thought you were rocking them already.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you haven't seen that already, chat, that is one of the rewards, and it really makes your truck light up really beautiful at night, so the trailers and the trucks together can look beautiful in the night as well.
At least I believe
as much as during the day.
No, they definitely
just lines on the paint.
Yeah, that's just
I did.
You got me. You got me for a second. You tricked me.
I thought you did. I thought you did. It looks really, really good. It's a really nice matching truck and trailer with the paint job there, festive wise. So yeah, again, if you want to find out more info on that event, it's running right now, both for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. Make sure you're on the latest version of the game. You should have received an update today, and head over to worldoftrucks.com or our blog, and you can find out all the info there on how you can take part. Lots of you have already been taking part already. I've seen lots of people tweeting and posting that a lot of people have already completed the 15 jobs.
What?
So people are quick. People are quick on it. I know.
How?
I feel like it's going to be another record-breaking year in terms of the amount of jobs that are going to be completed, as we've seen in years previous. Pavel, you can probably comment on that as well.
Well, each year we
always set expectations.
We up the ante. We always ask for more, and ultimately, typically, we are always too conservative, and people go above the limit that we expected. Some of the top tiers were not supposed to be achievable previously, but people managed. So we hope for good engagement from the community again. Sometimes I feel a little bit concerned about people making dozens and dozens of deliveries on such a quick notice. Do they have life still?
But they sometimes find a trick. Like, for example, I believe we once hosted the event. I believe it was like maybe for Iberia or Trade Connections Germany, something like that. And people found a certain part of the map where they could like pick jobs from two cities that are connected together with a ferry, and basically they were able to
So they were gaming the system.
Yeah, they clever. They clever.
They found little shortcuts.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not this situation.
I guess not. But yeah, again, take your time with the event as well. There is plenty of time to take part. The event runs till Sunday the 16th of January at midnight UTC. So plenty of time over the festive season. I know it's going to be a bit busy for everybody, whether you're, spending it at home or meeting up with family or friends or whatever you are up to for the holiday season. There's plenty of time there in between, hopefully, for some trucking and completing the event as well. And I think it's just such a lovely theme, the yesteryear, thinking about kind of like the past and retro as well. And actually keeping on that subject, let's move on to the subject of
nice bridge.
2021. I mean, it's been such a huge year, with so much content and updates and everything for both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. It'd be really nice if we could kind of take a little look back on everything that has happened. And I believe, do we have something special to show to our audience?
Yes, sir. Because it is kind of a nice coincidence that our team just finished the 2021 wrap-up video, guys and girls in the chat, that we used to do every year at the end of the year. So we decided that we will exclusively play it for you in the stream right now. We will also release it later with one of our upcoming blog posts planned for the duration of the Express holidays, but only for you that you joined us today. You can watch it exclusively right now if Philip is ready. Okay, then enjoy it.
Let's see it. Wow,
What a-
what a huge
what a-
stream,
yeah.
like year. What the heck? It's so crazy to look back
It
on.
doesn't
just
even
to look on
feel like it
everything.
was only a year, right? When you're looking at it now, so many content,
Right.
like so much content, like, phew.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's an absolutely massive year for SCS software. And Pavel, I would love to hear your thoughts on, how you felt during that little video there, looking back on all the things that have happened this year.
It definitely makes me proud of what we managed to pack into a rather complicated year. We were like really concerned entering 2021, like the rest of the world. We are living through really strange times. Our offices have been like empty and back to work and again empty repeatedly through the past 18 months. Right now we are once again in what we call hybrid regime, where actually most of the people most of the days stay at home just to limit their exposure. We meet here occasionally, like there's maybe like 20 people here today, maybe through the day.
Yeah, it's more like empty.
So under these circumstances, the work definitely is affected. It's not the same as when you are meeting with friends, essentially talking new, exciting features somewhere over a cup of coffee or something. You rely just on remote communication and everything. So under these circumstances, it's always quite an effort to put any additional element out, any feature, any new truck, any new map change. All that is more complicated. So I think considering everything, we did really, really well, and I'm proud of our teams for making it through and still, having some energy left for, continuing through the end of the year. And there are some promising things happening next year too, or at least that's the plan.
Oh yeah.
So I will talk about it to some extent too. But it's been a very solid year, and I think our pace is accelerating, but we definitely hope for even more from us in the coming years. So don't hold your breath yet.
Lots to look forward to for sure. But let's talk about some of those things of the past here, as we're still on the subject. I mean, when you think about it, like you were saying, it's almost hard to believe how much we fit into 2021. Going through some of the more major stuff, we had the release of Iberia, the new lighting system, Wyoming, the Convoy multiplayer modification. We've had new trucks, we've had events, we've had updates galore, and so much more. And I've got to ask, this is a very tough question. I think it's even tough for me to think about in the chat. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Do you have, Pavel and Nemiro, do you have kind of a more favorite part of update, like something you're very proud of? Maybe the convoy or the lighting?
Give us at least three.
Maybe a top three.
Yeah, at least three.
Maybe a top three. Yeah, I was going to say maybe a top three. Is there anything?
It's like asking for a favorite
about?
movie. It's impossible to answer it in one side.
Right. Yeah, I gotta ask. So maybe Nimuro, we can start with you.
Oh, with me? Oh my god. So top three, right?
Yeah.
So for me, definitely Convoy is
Convoy's a big
probably on the first place because it's amazing, and also for us it opens a door to more fun, more possibilities and options, how to provide new entertainment for you guys and girls in the chat. We started to do the streams with our friendly influencers and content creators. These are always a ton of fun. So Convoy definitely. Then I would say that I loved the project we did with Renault Trucks, with the T-High Evolution and the community design contest. That was very unique, and it was great. It was great. And the third, I would say Wyoming, because I love the nature. You know me, I'm mountain and kind of a virgin like nature and animals, and Wyoming has all of these, and I love the DLC. That's my top three, I would say.
I think that's definitely a great choice. There's some very good updates and projects there. I couldn't agree with you more. I think I have a very similar list, but maybe Pavel, we can get your thoughts on what are some of your favorites from the year.
I'll try to add something to the mix. For me, one major achievement was the new lighting system or shading system, or how to describe it, which was quite an achievement considering how many old assets we have in the game. So that's how much stuff has accumulated over the years that had to be retouched, and coming with in sync with the new tech, with the new effects for the shading. It's like one piece of the puzzle only. Like the engine is constantly changing. There are some major changes coming to the engine, to the graphics part, to the rendering part of the engine. This was like a necessary thing to do before we can move to some like new horizons. But I really love how most of it is actually what we see in our games is not the new content from the last year, but 3, 5, 7 years old things in many cases, and still the new light managed to kind of bring them to a like new level, like provide like new cohesive like world that's looking better again. So hopefully there is the programming team and the artists have more plans to bump the quality again in the coming year, perhaps even performance. That's another hope that we have. But this was a major achievement because it took some courage to actually go back and start messing with literally tens of thousands of individual files, individual assets that had to be revisited, opened, adjusted, resaved according to some like shared rules or agreements, and then perhaps iterated again because you may have made a mistake. You know something was too green, something was too gray, too shiny, too dark. So it was like a huge iterative process where we had to readjust everything, and I think it was definitely worth it. Ultimately, it looks like we still have some headroom to grow, and definitely with like new content coming and the various revamps of the existing universe of our games, things are only going to look better. So for me, this is a major achievement. Took a lot of programming effort, a lot of like physics, like real physics in computing the formulas for the better light. It took a ton of effort from the art team as well. Then the second important milestone for us was actually getting Iberia out, I believe, from like management perspective, from the team size perspective. This was one of the biggest undertakings ever because the team was like 25 plus people. It changes over time, but it was a huge team that contributed to the project. And this is something that we were not like used to. We always learn on the go. For a while, it looked like, we may be happy, assigning 10, 12 people to a map DLC. That was the idea that how we would do it. But as the expectations that we put on ourselves and the expectations from the players are growing, we gradually grow the teams. And here it was combined with the huge scale of the part of the world covered. So combining this together, we just knew we had to build a huge, massive team, supported, like this is just the map designers, supported by at least equal sized team of artists providing the buildings, the landmarks, vegetation, various walking or grazing animals or whatever we need to put the world, to make the world a little bit alive. On top of it, the vehicle team had to make new AI vehicles to mix into the region so that it looks authentic. So half the company essentially is totally focused on the one new DLC for the given year, and this time Iberia took a really great effort to organize everything, all the while making against the COVID situation with work from home and onboarding new people remotely, which is crazy too for the leads to go through the process of teaching the new kids the new tricks. So the fact that we managed, and let's face it, it was a little bit delayed compared to our initial plans, but only by some percentage. It was like doubling or tripling the time. We were actually pleased that we managed so much under such conditions. So that will be possibly number 2. Am I supposed to produce number 3? I wouldn't like. I wouldn't like to hurt any feelings on the teams here. We have multiple teams, and all of them are making incredible work. So if I now say something in the vehicle department, I may have forgotten about the veggies, so the people making the vegetables, as we call them, the trees and the grass and everything. all the animators, or so I don't know. Maybe I should mention the great cooperation we had with our partners. It felt like we are getting into the kind of swing of things, like with Volvo, the Volvo Construction Pack. We had great cooperation with Renault Trucks, as Nemiro mentioned.
Yeah.
The new trucks released in cooperation with, especially for American Truck Simulator, with our great partners there. So it's great that we managed to be perceived as really a great destination for their marketing departments, for their, like they sometimes ask to be in the game rather than us trying to find ways to meet some important decision makers. So that's another kind of step in the right direction for us. So I would say, whether it's just the content, but actually the sheer fact that we are in discussions with so many great people that believe in our product at the partner companies, that's another great milestone for me.
I could not agree more, and it is hard to kind of choose three, and there's been so much that's happened, and so many great corporations and work from all of the teams involved at SCS Software. I feel like it's a massive pat on the back and well done to everyone for kind of getting through this year and moving onwards as well, and still continuing forwards to this day. And honestly, it's incredible to see what the teams have achieved during this time. As you mentioned as well. And chat, maybe we can ask you as well, chat. Maybe just
Alex,
without
come
spamming
on.
too much.
You can't talk out of it. Your best three. Your best three.
Me? I'm in agreement with all of your threes, but let's get chat going as well. Chat, let us know your favorite update for the past year as well. We'd love to know if you have a favorite as well. For me, top three is always hard, isn't it? But I've loved the cooperation that we've been able to do with lots of the different truck manufacturers and also our partners as well recently. It was great, for example, recently visiting DAF, working with them to create like a little short video that we got to showcase the other day, actually getting to learn a lot more up close and personal about DAF trucks. The things that we did with Renault, that was, something I remember when I joined SCS Software, we had talked about it. Apparently been talked about for a long time, to be able to have somebody in our community create a paint job and actually apply it to a real truck, and for that to become a reality. Wow. I mean, it's pretty incredible to see that we've now been able to reach that level and able to do these things with our friends and our partners, and all through else as well. And I think that's fantastic. I think the corporations there are really great. They're able to bring more realistic updates and changes to trucks as well, through our partners and as well. And I think the community loves that sort of stuff in terms of the trucks. Lighting, again, it's also a massive one as well. It really made it feel like a new game. I feel like, personally, when I saw the updates for myself for the first time, I was blown away. Also, not just that as well, I really loved,
retro wave paint jobs.
Iberia, but something that was awesome with Iberia as well was that the sounds as well, very unique.
True,
we
true.
introduced,
The ambient sound.
the new environmental sounds that were different based upon the time of day that you were there and stuff like that as well. I thought that was a really cool little feature as well, and something that we'd love to see more of in the future as well. I think there's just so much packed in. Yeah. To this last year, it's really hard to say, but those are among my favorites.
I probably will need to play the video 3 or 4 times more. just to
probably
reminisce more about all we've done.
It's crazy, and also, of course, all the streams that we've done. Nemiro, we've done.
Yeah, I wanted
so many streams together.
I actually wanted. I just asked during the video here in the studio to Philip how many of them were in. To 2021, and he said that, if he's correct, there was 79 streams during the year. That's massive. That's massive.
Yeah, and we can joke about you becoming influencers, full time streamers.
Yeah, and I also wanted to see, when I see the end of the video, it was really funny that with each of the footage from the different stream, you, Alex, had a different background. You're switching them with every stream.
I've got to keep on point,
Yeah.
you know, on theme with the stream, you know, whether that be I'll be sitting in a truck cab, or right now I've got the Christmas background on, or, you know, we're doing special chats where
It
we've
was
got
great. It
the
was
hazard
great.
stuff. Yeah.
Benny, the one who made this wrap up, picked the right footages, you know, with us wearing the
Yeah.
cowboy hats with Wyoming release, pointing the flag, and then you having the
Yeah.
sunglasses when Iberia was releasing. It was a lot of fun. The
Yeah, I remember
drawing
those
with Annie
sunglasses.
and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
I had the reflection in the sunglasses, didn't I? I put the text on my
Yeah,
screen.
there was like
and
help
then I
me or
put
something
in
like
there.
that.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. And chat, you've been there with us as well through every single
And
stream.
all the influencers
we
and
appreciate you as
content
well.
creators
And of course,
that joined
yeah.
us for any of the streams. Thank you for that again. We enjoyed every single one of them, and we plan
really
to do
did,
more
and
with these.
We really do, yeah. We've been really enjoying them, kind of bringing this different stream format and kind of content to our live streams. And I really hope that you all been enjoying it as well. Thank you for all your suggestions and ideas that you've been giving us throughout the year. You've been inspiring us as well. And really, we do have a lot to owe to the community for all of the feedback and help and support that you give us as well throughout the year. You know, I think going back a couple of years, streams are still very new to us. We were still kind of finding our feet. I think a few streams ago, maybe I talked about this. Pavel, you remember the very first kind of old school streams that we did, where we had kind of more like a interview setup with the 2 chairs and a TV in the background, and we couldn't see the chat. But now we've kind of completely kind of shifted and started moving towards, you know, focusing more so on the chats in the community. I think it's great to see.
Yeah, I think people may prefer to still, you know, for the majority of the screen to be occupied by some like driving scene rather than just talking heads and a little TV in the corner showing the content from the game. So it's a learning process. We still think that from time to time we may bring in like the discussion, like fireside kind of chat type of discussion into the streams. But you guys, I think you nailed it. It's most of the streams that I check out, I don't, you know, I have to admit I don't see all of them in entirety. But I connect and I see that you are, you know, relaxed. The people watching are, I hope, happy with what's happening. It's great that we managed to have this kind of interaction with the community, and I'm really proud. Again, watching the video, it's almost like bringing tears to my eyes, because it's you know, seeing it all compacted into this 8-minute or how long it is segment of time. How much is happening? How much is being created here? It's a really proud moment for poor old guy like me.
Absolutely.
Like just, you know, being here in I'd say advisory capacity in many times, because we have a lot of trust in the teams, and I do not dictate, or there is no strong dictate of how we are doing things, what's happening. It's all kind of naturally coming together. Some of the features take years to come to fruition. Some of the projects are, of course, structured and planned really well. But in many cases, it's just inspiration of somebody coming and insisting on something new being created, like with the convoy feature. We kind of surprised ourselves here. And that's great. It's kind of organic development where we give features the time to mature and then to finally be introduced into the world. It's great to witness this, even like for me.
Yeah, no, it really is amazing. And I can't even imagine, you know, how you feel in your mind right now, because you obviously you've seen it right from the very beginnings, right from the very start, and now, you know, SCS Software is going to be such a large company in terms of, you know, the size of the teams and the amount of people working here, and all the things now that we're able to do that maybe you wouldn't even think were possible back when SCS Software began.
Yeah, it looks like we may be actually celebrating 25 years of SCS soon, like next year. Is it like?
Wow.
I still remember 20 years, and it's been when we just moved into the new office. So the time is coming, and I would never dream of anything like this huge to grow with us, to be a part of that phenomenon. It just sort of happened. And of course, with the growth and with the higher expectations comes extra complexity. The complexity of projects and coordinating everything is growing every year. So far, we managed to tame the complexity, but you are always concerned as person in management, whether it will not grow like above your capabilities of structuring things, planning things. There's so many elements coming to, let's say, a new map DLC that have to come out just right. You know, the pre-production with the research team, preparing candidates for locations. It may take half a year for assembling all this material until we feel confident that we can go into another stage of pre-production, you know, laying out the road layout and figuring out prototyping some locations that are maybe too tight, at least at first attempt to squeeze in with the like limitations of visibility or whatever is too close or too far from location. You go out into actual production, but by then the map designers already have to have as much as content ready from the asset team, from the modeling department, with buildings either completed or at least in what we call placeholder, which is kind of the geometry is there in some rudimentary form, but not in full like finished state. All that has to be coming together at the right moment. So all these departments actually had to work well ahead of what we call the like hot production phase. So it's always like learning experience, and it was, looking back, it was easy when we were just working on, let's say, one project. It was one DLC per year or one core game. Now we had to learn to do it in parallel with multiple states or multiple countries, multiple regions being covered through the year, being kind of rolled through the various stages of production. The same with, like, let's say, vehicles or the vehicle department. They have to work with partners for the trucks, for the tractors, partners for the trailers now. Like, we have more and more partnerships coming up with trailer companies. It's always growing, always learning on the go, and that's exciting. It's also a little bit scary, but
I can imagine.
We love it. And we hope for being able to do more. So let's just cross our fingers that we will not lose like the energy and the attitude, that we can still. I say it every year. I still feel like we are just beginning. It's definitely not near the end. There is so much that we can grow in the fidelity, in the scale, in the level of detail, in the quality. So that's the spirit.
Fantastic. No, it's always great to get your insight on it, and just thinking about the past like that as well. It's really great. But before we move on to talking about the future, let's talk about the present, because we have a gift for you. You see what I did there? Do you like that pun? Presents and gifts? Yeah, I know. But going on it, we got a massive giveaway happening as well. You might have seen on the overlay on the bottom left of our screen, happening on twitch.tv/SCS Software. YouTube's team, sorry, we cannot do the giveaway on your platforms. Type the word Xmas, Xmas, and you'll be entered into a free giveaway to win yourselves potentially a range of different items. It's going to be a surprise. If you win, it will turn up at your door as a surprise. We've got tons to give away from HyperX, Thrustmaster, we've got a wheel there as well, some peripherals from HyperX, some model trucks from Daft Trucks and Crone Trailers. We got a Renault Trucks T-High Evolution art with signatures from loads of the SCS Software team, and Tobii Eye Tracker 5, and some Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator t-shirts as well. We've got 15 prizes in total,
15,
right, Nimiro?
Yeah. Quite a huge number, right?
So make sure to get your entries in by typing the word Xmas. You only need to do it once. If you've done it once already,
just got crazy again.
It's not gonna more entries or more luck. Maybe the SCS Snowman will grant you an extra entry. I'm not sure if he's feeling nice. How's he doing? How's the Snowman doing in the middle there? I feel like
he's chilling.
He's getting quite quiet, but he's chilling. Yeah,
It's cool.
Yeah. He's keeping cool. Very cool. Yeah. But yeah, make sure you do get your entries in. We'll be drawing those at the end of the stream. Make sure you have your Twitch whispers open so I can get in contact with you. We will require your name and shipping details and other details as well. So make sure you're happy to also share those with us so we can get those prizes sent out to you as well. So again, 15 prizes. You could win any one of them. You won't know what you've got until it turns up at your door. So definitely enter. So make sure you do that. All right. Well, it's great to think about the past, isn't it, Nimo? Love reminiscing about the past.
Yeah.
But as we are The chat is also extremely excited for what's to come in the future.
Oh,
And that's a big topic, isn't it? The future
It
can be a
is.
little bit scary, but you know, a lot of people are always excited about what's coming in the future. Of course, we're coming up to the end of the year, and it is really crazy to think how fast 2021 has gone. It's just really flown out the window, and we're already halfway, you know, through the month of December, coming up to the new year, and you know, before we know it, 2022 will be at our doorstep. And we've already teased quite a few things, maybe what's happening in the future across our social media. If you haven't followed us there already, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, make sure to give us a follow. But maybe we could peer into the future. We have quite a bit of stuff we would love to run through.
True.
Nimmo, do you think we're ready for that?
Yeah, let me just pull over here.
Right.
What a lovely spot. Look at that.
Beautiful spot to park in. Not sure if it's completely legal, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
Very
from
dangerous
there.
location, of course.
Yeah.
I'm sure the highway patrol won't mind. It's for an important reason, okay? It's for a very important reason.
I believe
So
my
let's-
hazard lights on.
Yeah, it's fine. That makes everything legal when you put
Oh,
the hazard
yeah,
lights
yeah.
on, you know. Stop anywhere.
Can get away with it.
Okay, so
Right.
we got a big kind of folder full of kind of content and gifts here. The question is, where do we want to start?
Chat, which
Ooh.
folder do you want me to browse first?
Oh, there's a question. Chat, give us an answer. What folder should we click on first? I don't think the file. I don't think the MP4 counts. But
No, the MP4 is actually the video that we just see.
we can play that again if you really want us to, chat. But
We can set it on loop and be done with it today, you know.
oh, I'm seeing vehicle. I've seen a lot about vehicle.
Yeah, I kind of like expected that many of you
Vehicle.
would like us to start with.
I've seen
vehicles.
a tie between Texas and vehicles. Let's just let it run a little while longer to see. I think vehicles winning on this one.
I think vehicles,
what do you say,
vehicles
Pavel?
are winning. It looks
Yeah.
like vehicles are winning.
It looks like
So
vehicles winning.
strangely,
Okay,
people
chat.
playing our games care about what they drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it makes sense.
another question. Which of these? No, I'm just kidding. Let's start with the first one, which is named ATS_trailers. So it's going to be about horses, I believe. Nah, I'm just kidding. And there is one particular
Ooh.
image
You know-
showing maybe a new type of trailer, new trailers coming for American Truck Simulator.
Ooh, should we have a
Here
look then?
it goes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Honestly, coming
Look
to the
at
stream,
that.
there were way more pictures in this folder, but I asked the mirror to remove
You
some
confessed.
some of them, just to hint at like one thing in particular. Of course, we are not saying anything, but the chat, I'm sure, will quickly figure out the details, and this or that confirmed.
Look around, look around. There are a few hints that might...
We have some exciting cooperations coming up that should hopefully appear in the game ultimately. It's always like a lot of unknowns in the process. We've been through it before. We had content that was pretty much ready to ship, only to see the partner getting scared or going through some restructuring or whatnot, and the content is still sitting in somewhere in a drawer. Let's hope that this is not going to be the case. The vehicle team is working on multiple projects in parallel, of course. So let's say that this is one example that people can look forward to, not just the tractors, but also some exciting developments on the trailer side. And let's maybe not go into more detail here. It's an example
we'll keep it secret.
of things happening.
But I can see in the chat that your thought kind of worked, because I didn't see not many correct answers what this is about.
There's a few there. There was a few
there
coming through the cracks, but we're not going to confirm.
Yeah,
We're not
deny
going to
anything,
deny or confirm anything.
People,
But
I
no,
guess,
let's
And
go
also
on.
keep in
Secret.
mind that everything that we will show in this part of the stream is still very much work in progress. So
It is indeed. But
So,
I mean,
yeah.
what a lovely picture to look at there. That was a nice surprise. I like that, and chat's going crazy over that. Okay, do we have more? Oh, it looks like we have much more.
Yeah, we have more, and let's stick with the theme, but let's switch to Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Okay,
Because
okay.
we have some work in progress images, and I believe we can say the name here because we
Yeah,
already
yeah.
teased that we've been visiting them
Yeah, yeah.
there, and
But, well, let's seeing this. This is not the actual game like
True.
asset of the content. This is like 3D reconstruction of whatever you guys managed to photograph or the photogrammetry method.
photogrammetry, yeah.
So
This is actually kind of a, at least if I'm explaining it correctly, this is kind of a mesh, how hard to call it, what our vehicle department can compose from the thousands of pictures that are taken
Yeah.
when you are like scanning the trailers.
like
You can
basically the
see
software takes the scans, takes the
you can see
takes
these
the
marks. These are like paper
photos
marks,
and creates like a cloud
Yeah.
of points that may be millions of
Yeah, yeah.
reference points
and these marks work like
reconstructed
connection
into the
dots.
3D
or-
shapes.
And this is, I believe this is kind of polished a little bit because I saw previously, the data that came from the telegrammetry, how they call it, and it looked way more like unclean or how to call
Edgy.
this. Yeah, this.
Well, like, when you go through the photogrammetry procedure, you end up with literally millions and millions of tiny triangles that are somewhat jaggy because there's always imprecisions in the process. And this is probably a cleaned up version that is used as our kind of ultimate digital reference for building the, in comparison to this, the low poly model that may be some tens of thousands triangles ultimately, but not more, for it to perform reasonably well in the game. So these are basically like 3D scans that the vehicle team will then use as references to match and build the same shape through their own techniques, their own tools for introduction into the game. So this is not what you can finally expect in the game as is. Like this is literally millions of triangles. It also probably suggests that the project is still in early stages, that we are just showing this, confirming this. But this is an example of what a great cooperation with a partner brings to the vehicle team. We don't have to speculate on some photos, whatever we could find on the internet. In some cases we get CAD files. In many cases we get close access to the vehicles, and we can bring this back home from the session with the vehicles at the partner site to use as totally precise references for all the shapes, all those sizes, all the details. So that's a great like starting point for the actual DLC development.
Yeah, and as already someone mentioned in the trailer, you guys spotted the letterings. So yes, these are Feldbinder trailers.
It's great to see, and it's always fantastic to see kind of a behind-the-scenes look at how these are all put together. They're such high quality, and they look absolutely fantastic. It really gives you kind of a depth perception that you wouldn't normally see in normal photos of the size and everything of the sort of these unique-looking trailers. Because there's so many intricate parts to these trailers, and I can imagine it'd be quite hard to reference those. We got Sissel in the chat as well, one of our colleagues, and he said, "Go vehicles, team."
Yes. Cool. Shout out to all or everyone in the vehicle department, of course.
It looks fantastic.
And a small side note, the guy from Feldbinder Trailers is a huge fan of our games, so
really?
I believe that the communication and cooperation there is so great. Also, thanks to his like interest and liking in our game.
But if he's listening, maybe since they are German, maybe this is Feldbinder.
Feldbinder.
It's not like Feldbinder.
I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. Sorry, it's my just English thinking here. Feldbinder, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Chad, let us know.
I'm sure someone will get it correct to us in the chat. But no, that's really great to see. Thank you for sharing those with us, Nimura. The chat's loving it.
It's a pleasure.
The community will love seeing those. So, and those are some very unique looking trailers. People were kind of naming them as we went along, and I'm sure in the future
Pavel
next year,
is correct. So it's Feldbinder.
we'll see more.
It's Feldbinder.
Feldbinder. There you go. He's got it. The pronunciation on point. Those are some cool looking trailers.
Yeah.
Nice one.
All right.
A lot to look forward to then. All right. Let's move on to the next folder. We got another.
Oh yeah,
folder
you're
here.
gonna love this one, Chet.
Oh, okay. This is even a surprise to me. I looked through some of these, but it seems
ready?
like a lot more has been added. So.
And I wonder if they immediately gonna drop the correct answer for this one. We will probably not
Just
confirm.
the tease, right?
Huh?
It's just the tease. It's not like Okay, let's see. I
It's
can barely
this.
make it up. Okay.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Okay,
Wow, I
so
was
it's
not
really just a
expecting that.
tease that people have to figure out.
Let me see the chat if they can guess it.
Chat's going absolutely mental.
Chat's gonna crazy.
Lips are sealed here. I'm not saying nothing. I don't know, you know. But chat's very loud right now. I see a lot of wrong answers, and I see a lot of close answers, and I see quite a few correct answers as well.
I see a lot of
But,
Xmas. A lot of people still trying to
Still-
participate in the giveaway.
Keep throwing that in the chat in there. Could spread that Christmas cheer as well. But
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
let's just
Look at
say that this is one of the planned additions for ATS, and maybe that's about as much as we are ready to confirm. As far as I know, this model is in quite an advanced state of development, so people shouldn't need to wait that long for it. But this is something for 2022 for sure. So for now, let's leave it at this tease. And this is just like, again, an example. There is more ambition, but we need to tease you, and we need to keep some cards close to our chest so that we have yet more stuff to surprise people with through the year.
Okay, let's continue again in the very similar theme, but for Euro Truck Simulator 2. And I believe this is gonna be more obvious.
This is way more obvious, obviously.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, I think definitely with some logos showing, you got some people lots of people getting very excited in the chat.
Oh my God, chat's going crazy now.
Chat, calm down, chat.
Chat, calm down, calm down.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Calm down. Look at that. Fantastic. It's great to see these work in progress shots. Again, all of these work in progress, chat, as we look at them. But it's always so great to see kind of a behind the scenes look at how, you know, these vehicles and models are built up. And I personally love seeing these sort of photos.
Yeah, this is like the technical look behind the scenes with like the polygon details, the triangles, so fine in some of the like organic shapes. So this was not really a tease. Well, in a way it is, because the truck is still not like final and then finished to appear in the game at the moment. But this is another like submission from the vehicle team of interesting things happening in their dungeon. So let's look forward to another vehicle coming in full detail.
And I love how our vehicle department like keep pushing up the level of detail higher and higher. Just look at it. Look at this, like, what's the English word for it? Like curtain or cloth? That's amazing.
Curtain, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Of course, you guys and the players, I'm sure, laugh how, you know, the vehicles improve in detail and fidelity. On practical terms, the situation is that no matter how better the reference materials we can get CAD, we can get photogrammetry, it's still taking ages and ages for any new truck to appear, because it's many years of effort that we need to pour into every new truck with all the detail, but especially with all the variants, with all the paint jobs that we have to bring over from the existing DLCs to have the new vehicle covered as well, with so many parts that you can replace, you know, all the variants of mirrors, all the variants of cabin sizes, the chassis versions, all that needs to be developed. It's usually like 900, maybe over 1,000 parts that need to play together, that need to be taught to interact with each other. As you go into the setup screen, you may change one part only to force some other parts to be changed as well to fit the right setup. So all this is always quite an involved process, and I would love for it to be faster. I would love for it. We still try to figure out how to make ourselves more productive, because vehicles are like the core of the game. We would love to be able to produce more. We are still working hard on it. We improve the documentation, we improve the pipeline, we improve the procedures, we grow the team as much as we manage. It's still not as fast and as smooth as we would love it to be, but we are working on this. So, you know, with a little bit of patience, hopefully, this is just the start of more things to come.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you for that insight. It's always really helpful to kind of know that information. And I'm sure the chat and the community will appreciate that as well, whether you're watching live now with us or you're watching it a little bit later down the line. Okay, do we have more from the vehicles folder? Or
Yes,
was
sir.
that the final?
Yes,
we
sir.
do? We have
still
more?
have
Oh
more.
my goodness.
We have
Wow.
one more, and I believe that
one.
many of you, chat, already were like expecting this to come, and yes, it is coming.
Heck yes. How exciting. I know a lot of people have been asking for this personally. I know I've seen, as someone who gets to be on social media quite a bit for the company, I've seen a lot of people asking for this. So chat, I know you're going to be excited for this. That's right. It's happening. It's coming. Look at that. Those trucks are looking
This one
absolutely
looks
beautiful.
This one looks like mean truck. Like
Mwah. Chef kiss. Look at that. Love the options that are on there.
I love this part around the
Yeah,
it's
what
like
are those? Those look quite
I believe
unique.
it's like
I've never seen anything
some
like that before.
guards.
light
for
guards,
lights.
like something
The
like
light
that.
guards?
Yeah, and this carrying the logo.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, some
Oh, I
cool,
can't
cool
wait.
tuning. And again, a commentary from the management perspective, of course, or maybe this time the licensing perspective. It's always exciting for us to be able to be allowed to bring in these extra packs, tuning packs, but they are somewhat controversial in the sense that, of course, the manufacturers love for their vehicles to be the stars of, let's say, shows. When you come to a truck festival, and there's all these crazy, weird paint jobs and tuning parts, but at the same time, they enjoy presenting their vehicles in pristine form, like the factory form, because this is what the marketing expects, how the vehicle is sold. It's always a discussion whether the parts we bring that are obviously third party can still represent the vehicle properly, or whether it's too much, or whether it's like spinning the message somewhat strangely from the point of view of the partner's needs. So we're actually working now, inspired by this cooperation, to better describe individual parts, making up the whole kind of building blocks pool of parts that come to a vehicle, whether they are factory parts or third-party elements. So there is also some kind of feature evolution associated with how we present the parts coming to a DLC, because some elements in a DLC may even be like genuine, provided by the manufacturer. Some of it may be really third-party content coming from the small garage shops that provide like really limited range of tuning, and then some of it maybe come from like big partnership, like big real licensed product that's officially licensed. We do have examples of accessory companies sourcing DLCs into our game. So we need to work with this it's a sensitive thing to properly communicate to the player of the game where the part has descended from, what's the original. So that's part of the effort now for the design and for the programming team to better address this concern. But this will going to be probably introduced around the same time as we finally bring this exciting DLC for the fans of Renault trucks.
That's great. I love it. And, it really goes to show how much work do even go into what some might consider a smaller DLC. But in fact, there's a lot of work and time and, research and communication. There's a lot that goes into these DLCs. And I got to say, I love that bus one, the bus one.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite. It looks beautiful. It's such a modern and sleek design. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sure a lot of chat agrees. All right. So that's vehicles. Off the list now. We've gone through the vehicles folder. Is that correct, Emiro?
Yes, sir. That was all from vehicles.
Well, chat, you got to decide first next. Now we've looked through the
I believe
vehicles folder.
most frequently typed second option was California, maybe.
Let's have a look. Let's ask them now. What are we thinking, chat?
California.
What folder would you like to see next?
Monville.
I'm seeing Texas, California. Oh, it's kind of even at the moment.
Yeah, it's
kinda
even. It's even.
Oh. YouTube might tip it here if YouTube starts getting involved. They've got a little bit of a delay compared to everybody else.
Can I choose, maybe?
I think you are qualified to choose between the two.
I think you are.
Just throw a coin.
I think you are.
So from which two of them? I was like, can I choose like from all of them? But if there's California and...
I'd say between California and Texas.
Okay,
I believe.
let's
one of those two.
choose either of the
Okay, then let's
ATS.
go for Texas.
Texas.
And I believe
okay.
from the information I've got from the guys who were preparing the coordinations in the still work in progress map, that we are about to see some work in progress stage over the massive port in Houston.
Okay.
And
Wow.
as you can see, it's gonna be like freakingly massive. It's gonna be.
It's true what they say, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
true what they say. Everything is bigger in Texas. That's a huge port there, and wow, look at that. What an industry to be delivering to, and we're looking at different times of days here as well. And what have we got there? Is that kind of like a little loading dock as well, where truckers are coming in?
I believe it's a
Wow.
it's a port, and there is also maybe an airport or a big or massive like train dock or train stations. You know, they are loading it from the. I don't know actually, but it's massive. Look at that! Like you can see
so
all the
great.
highways that will be coming like up and down here, and there will be like probably some maybe of the parking lots. I don't know, or parking spots, companies even. Oh yeah, most
Look at
probably,
that.
yeah.
It feels so alive, doesn't it, with all the containers and everything and all the cranes and having to sometimes maneuver through some of those kind of smaller, more narrow roads when compared to some of the great big American highways that you get when you're delivering those loads into kind of like the container port areas as well. That's really great to see. Chat loving it there as well.
Someone wrote that. I might be actually right that the port of Houston is massive and it has a small airstrip too.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So,
There you go.
this folder is basically still showing just a tiny sliver of
Just a
what
tiny
we
bit,
come
yeah.
up with for Texas. Actually, we did repeatedly show content from Texas on our blog, and we'll continue to do so. So it's not like we are today revealing something like massively like revolutionary as compared to our regular blog post. People should have the blogs in their bookmarks, hopefully. But the team obviously wanted to show something that's like a focused element in the whole story. They didn't want to show too much.
But I believe we don't have like such a massive industry area in other DLCs, like in compared to this one. At least from this point of view, like it looks like really big.
Okay, but coming to topic of Texas, we'll have also Montana in one of the other folders later on. I think it's honest to say that the project, as I talked about Iberia earlier, about being one of the biggest projects ever that we've been through, we can easily claim the same for Texas and maybe more. Texas it's always been like on our radar. We need to get to the second biggest state, or is it the third biggest in territory? But when it comes to population, it's a super important, of course, region because there's so many inhabitants, so much industry, and so many like potential players that we may still pick in that region for our game. And it was always kind of like scary for us to think about it because we have been accustomed to about the same size of states when it comes to our projects, whether it's a Utah or Colorado. It was always like 10, 12, 15 people max and about a year of actual hot production stage. Now with Texas, it was obvious, it was clear that we may need twice the number, maybe 3 times the number of people. And when we finally got to growing the team to the size, it was also very clear that what we cannot certainly afford is to have these people stuck on a project for 2 years and not release anything else at all for ATS map-wise. We don't want to create like a bubble in the production, in the release schedule to lock ourselves in a cell, work on a DLC for a year or two and provide people with nothing. So we still had to wait until we got this parallel kind of pipelines coming with other DLCs. So Texas has been actually, the production has been extended with a little less people than the maximum that we may throw at it. but to make sure that in parallel to Texas, we can still manage to have another 1 or 2 DLCs brewing, growing, and being released, so that our release schedule doesn't look like barren with one huge Texas in the middle of it and nothing for a long time before and after Texas. So that's the idea that we have been. That's the plan, that rough plan that we have been approaching the situation with. So Texas is scary. Texas is huge, and Texas is definitely taking more time than we would hope like 3 years ago. All these elements were planned and in pre-production. I can probably claim really like as of 3 years ago, we knew what we were getting into. But with COVID, with the delays and everything, it's taking a bit longer than we would hope. So that's why we are showing nice bits, nice parts of Texas, and people may have the impression that it's close to release. It's definitely not. It is a 2022 project, but not early 2022. It's obvious that we will need more time to let it grow into the quality, into the shape that we will be happy with for release. So again, don't hold your breath yet. Texas is coming, but we'll need to ask you to be patient about it. It's going to be worth it. That's what we hope for. It's huge. It's interesting. It's showing so many cool places, so many cool things. Whenever people show me, we have this channel on our internal communication system where the map designers, sometimes the proud map designers, showcase their fresh creations as they are being created, and it's always getting thumbs ups and exciting reactions. So Texas is definitely going to be hot. We just need a little bit more time for it to finally be ready for release.
Yeah, no, it's great to kind of learn more about where it stands at the moment, and of course, it's always exciting to hear those updates. I'm sure lots of people have been kind of listening out. For
We have started hyping
Texas,
it. We have started hyping it quite a while ago. Naturally, it's huge. The project is ongoing and has been ongoing and will be, still under production for some time. So people may be, and that's the problem of setting up the right expectations. This expectation management problem. You want to talk about a project underway, but you don't want to start too early. You don't want to start too late. You want to start just about right, whatever it is, whatever it turns out to be through the interaction with the fans. So we'll keep on teasing. We'll keep on showing things from Texas through some more months, but it's shaping up great, and let's hope that it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be.
And
for sure,
we plan to have another blog post related to Texas over the Christmas holidays. So keep your eyes on our blog, and you will see actually a lot of screenshots coming for Texas as well.
Great. So if you like that little sneak peek there from another industry in Texas, make sure to keep your eyes peeled. blog.scssoft.com. If you haven't got that bookmarked already, saved in your favorites, make sure you do, because it's the first place where we post all of our latest updates and news, as well as our social medias afterwards as well. You can find us most verified on most platforms, Euro Truck Simulator 2, American Truck Simulator, and SCS Software across Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. And also make sure to add Texas, if you haven't already, to your Steam wish list.
That always helps.
Doing so really helps support us here at the studio, and also gives you a notification when it does release later in hopefully 2022. We'll see. We'll keep you updated. All right, moving on to these next pictures. Where are we at now, Nimir? What folder did we click on here?
We are in California, in
Wow.
the project of California Revamp.
The revamp of California, of course. I think we do have like a large blog post coming up about this in the future, so we won't spill too many beans here, but the project is still continuing, and one exciting one it is as well. Pavel, I'm sure you have a little bit more information for us as well.
Of course, California being the core content of ATS, because this is what people get with the core game. It needs to be improved continually to get closer, or maybe even match the current quality of the fresh DLCs. So the team, we managed to keep the team alive. That's important, because the joke here is that whenever we build a new team for improving the older parts of the game, the priorities of new DLCs tend to
Rip that team
apart and pull people, whatever promising people have been taught. We usually have the teams based and built on freshly hired people to just as a learning experience, because there's no pressure for a release date or anything there on a revamp. It's going through its own comfortable pace to let people grow into the skill. And usually when people prove that they are really good, they are identified as great steals for some of the other teams. But we have managed to sustain the team to an extent, and there's new people, new very prospective people coming to it again to boost it in size. So the Cali revamp is going on. It's like what we are seeing is another stage. There will be more stages yet. It's not going to be happening in like another go and be completed. But it's great. It's showing how much we have progressed. There's a lamp in the middle of the street. How much we have progressed.
You can see there are even like some tools that map designers use. These are very much work in progress.
It's showing that we have evolved with the tools, with the quality, with the fidelity of environments, as opposed to what was planned for 8 years. But it was a really tiny team that started. It's not like we didn't know what we are doing. Maybe we didn't, but we started as an experiment with like whatever 7-8 member team for ATS, just to make sure that we don't let the opportunity pass completely. And now the team has grown into this huge structured organization that is really bringing this incredible detail, this recognizable locations approach, this huge research coming into the various places for us to try to get the spirit right. So it's really exciting, and I'm really hopeful for California eventually to be as good as all the new content. And then of course the team will have to move on, and there's this Arizona is growing old as is Nevada, and it's never going to end. Of course, it's the maintenance of our world will have to take more and more of our focus if we want to stay relevant for another decade. So that's the rules of the game for us, and we'll keep playing by those rules.
And it's great to see. I love how, again, alive it felt, how urban and built up the areas were. It really did feel like an actual city. And of course, we've learned a lot since, the release of American Truck Simulator. It being released in 2015, it's been quite a few years now. There's a lot of new tricks and technologies and stuff. And it's great to see how far, the teams have been able to progress in that time. And now even incorporate it back into those kind of older states where they are the starting states from the original release. And it really is great to see these revamps. And again, I mean, looking on this scene here, it feels like such a built-up area, and you can really see off into the distance there, and all the housing and residential areas as well. It's really great to see.
If I remember, Nemira, you mentioned this scene, this location in particular, as something that people may
recognize
as something new
is
coming to
currently
California.
not in the current state of California that is out there.
Yeah,
so.
not all of the not all of the work that the team is doing
Yeah.
is actually just taking existing content and polishing it and bringing it back. This is probably like a new node on the network. So let's put it that way.
Nice. Well, that's great to see. We'll keep you guessing, chat. I'm sure some of you will figure it out. I'm sure on the forums and on the Reddit and everything, we might get a few.
Yeah, people will analyze every
spotters
pixel of the image
Yeah.
until they come up with the
They'll
results.
bring us a location list, and we like to look at them and compare and see what's correct and what's not. And honestly, it's a lot of fun for you guys out there. It's a bit of a kind of detective,
like a
kinda
meta
inspection,
game
like if
on
you-
top of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's almost like a mini game in itself. Looking at some of these photos, so I'm sure we'll see your guesses and ideas later as well. All right, moving on to the next photo. Which photo do we have here, Namira?
I dared to choose something related to Euro Truck Simulator 2, a similar project, and we are about to see some amazing, at least for me, the best probably, screenshots from the Austria revamp project. And
Okay, show it to us.
Chat,
Let's
I
go.
hope you are ready because these are breathtaking.
Wow. Look at that. Austria
the
being
Alps.
such a beautiful country.
The
Yeah,
Alps.
the Alps. And again, something that you can really just stands out there from the scenery is just how crisp and clear and fantastic those mountains look off in the distance there. Some of them even got a bit of snow on the top. It really is a beautiful part of the world, and to see the opportunity that they have to kind of go back to it is fantastic. Much like California.
Look at this! Like, come on. I want to go there for
That's a
vacation.
postcard. Yeah, that's
a-
like a "Wish You Were Here" postcard. You could write that on the front. You could send that to somebody, and they could think it's a legit, photograph from the actual location.
Yeah. Well, the assignment or the plan for the revamp of Austria is whether we call it an experiment or whether it's like established from the now on, is a total revamp. It's like nothing is left from the old content. It's basically every meter, every kilometer of the roads has been ripped out and is being replaced by fresh content. So this is going to be people should still say goodbye to the old Austria, because when this comes, they will not recognize the region at all. It's all being changed to like the top quality that we can manage to come up with. There's a placeholder, I guess, in this picture,
yeah.
but it's not complete, of course. We still have some months of production ahead of us. But this is an experiment of how far we can go with a total revamp.
This is like I bet some people will recognize
some
that.
exciting scenery, some exciting routes.
Yeah.
This is something that would be ideally an aspiration for some of the other older content to come and start from scratch, start with a clean slate. In many cases, that will be probably the process that we will choose. There may be areas that are worth salvaging and only adapting, improving, because some of the newer stuff is like halfway to where we are now compared to the very old. But this is an example of what people should expect from ourselves, and it's fantastic. It's incredible. There are even locations that normally a trucker wouldn't see on his travels, on her travels, through typical deliveries of cargo. But you know us, we have to find excuses for why to come to natural parks, protected areas. This is another.
Someone has to bring the food there.
This is another probably another story that we have to come up with, invent for people coming to some exotic, let's say, locations in the country. So we are really looking forward to the reaction of people once they drive these roads.
I gotta say, this screenshot right
this
here.
one, yeah.
It looks like those documentaries you get.
Yeah.
Maybe even something out of Top Gear or something. You see those winding roads.
I wanted to say I just want to have a Ferrari and drive through it.
What a beautiful road
Or a
with
bike.
a beautiful view. You're gonna have to be careful around those corners, but it will definitely be worth the drive for sure. It's so exciting to see images like this, and like you said, it just feels completely new, and it's because it is. These revamps, so much work has gone into them from the ground
I actually
up.
drove on this road a couple of years ago myself,
Really?
in
Me too.
real life,
Me too,
with
yeah.
my passenger car, and coming into the bends. You're not used to it. Normally, if you drive around Prague here, it's a completely different challenge of its own. But here, I felt not so comfortable driving on it. So taking a big truck with a trailer and coming through tight bends, uphill, downhill, would make me really, really nervous. I can imagine.
Actually, it's kind of among the motorists, or how to call it, people that love cars or bikes. It's one of the very famous part of Austria. And people are driving there even from Poland, Slovakia, Czechia, Germany, just to test their widths there in these turns.
Yeah. Now, Nimro, I know what you're thinking.
Huh?
I know what you're thinking. Don't do it though. I wouldn't dare even put a special transport route through there. I think that would cause a bit too much
don't want
chaos
to do
for the
that.
players.
A new house, completely new restaurant, built up already.
Anyway, the one thing is what the map team is managing to do, but especially the team providing them with the assets, the team with the vegetation and the mountain backdrop and all the rocks. They really deserve a huge kudos for their work here, because
Absolutely.
the I still remember the old games that we produced with like somewhat rolling hills, like nothing recognizable in particular, and now here we come with these super detailed rocks and these huge mountain ranges. It's so exciting for me as like this old geezer, that's been doing the games for 20 years, that we managed to pack so much cool content into the games these days. So I'm really excited for Austria to be
Me too.
a favorite segment of. Actually, this is the core of the game again. It's like this is what people get when they buy Euro Truck 2. So if we can ultimately, eventually, bring all of the game to this standard, it may take us years, but that's the plan. That's the vision. It's an all new game. It's like 3 generations difference between this and the old Austria. So I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Alex, you know me. I'm a mountain guy, and
Oh.
I might told you like a few times already that actually South Tyrol in Austria is like the heaven on earth for me. So when I saw these, when we were preparing this for the stream, I literally asked the team that they are producing this content if we can buy the Euro Truck Simulator 2 again when it's like out, because it's gonna be. I just want to have a garage for my truck right here, and start there every single time I will play Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Well,
Please,
whenever we do get this beautiful revamp, Nemo, we're gonna have to go trucking for sure on convoy mode. We're gonna have to get out and explore it for sure. I'm very excited, but of course, still lots of works to be done from all of the teams involved there. And again, I just want to exaggerate on what Pavel said as well. Like the vegetation team, like it's just they raise the bar as well every year. Like the trees, the grass, the detail that's gone into
Look at
all
this like
sorts of
bush
the
fence or
local
whatever it is,
fauna
like-
and everything. It's fantastic. It looks so great, and it
All
really
these, like,
makes a world of
flowers.
difference. Yeah, it really is great to see, and I love it. And it really just brings it all to life. Combining that nature that Austria is so famous for.
And don't get
Those
tricked.
kinda
Don't get
green
tricked.
hills.
Those of you who were in Tyrol or in Austria, please confirm that people really care about how their buildings and areas looks like, and they really do these big flowers out of their balcons.
I've never been to Austria. I've
it's
not
legit.
had the pleasure of
It's
being there. I would love to go there one day, but I've heard it is beautiful, and this only confirms it more to me.
Look at
Yeah, I'm a frequent visitor to Austria because my family tends to go for the winters for skiing. Actually, last year we didn't dare to go for skiing, but we were there in the summer. So the summers are as beautiful as the winters, I can confirm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, lots of people in the chat saying so true. I'm from Austria. Looks like Austria indeed. Says Kochidi code there. Someone in the chat mentioning it's not Australia, chat. It is Austria. Don't get those two confused, please. So so another comment here saying this is an exact copy of Austria. I've been there many times in the summer and winter visit. It's great work performed. So lots of praise there coming from our community, which is great to see. All right, Nemo, we got to keep rolling here. We're going to run out of time otherwise.
Yeah.
What are those 2 options we got on the screen here?
We have a few screenshots related to Montana and a few screenshots related to a new content coming for Wyoming as well. Which of these, Alex? You choose now.
Go for the second one. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of pictures in there. Okay, what have we got here?
And I believe that this is another part of the area around Yellowstone National Park.
Oh. Okay. Wow, and it's such a beautiful part as well. I mean, looking at those trees there with the sun shining through with the lake in the background as well.
Look at these bisons.
But the bison, yeah, looks so great. I love when I get to spot bison when I'm on the road in Wyoming. You find the certain areas with them roaming around in the grass. It's great. So I'm glad there's going to be more of them in the future as well. Again, they just look like postcards. You find those kind of like tourist information boards where you have like the most perfect picture of a place. I feel like these could be perfect candidates. It really is stunning.
And also, if I'm not wrong, I believe that some of these screenshots kind of hint some certain road or area towards another certain part of Wyoming. that
Anyway.
once the people will know this or guess it correctly, a lot of people will be like happy about that we are going to include this.
I mean,
That's
I'm very
all I
happy
can
looking at
say.
the screenshots as it is,
Okay.
but sounds like there's even more hidden there than meets the eye. So, chat, study those pictures. I'm sure lots of you are taking screenshots so you can analyze them a little bit later. Of course, the stream will also be able to replay it on our YouTube channel.
AP, we
if
need
they
your
want to
detective
watch
skills
again.
over
So,
these screenshots.
yeah, we want to hear from you. Twitter, Facebook, forums, Reddit, wherever. We'd love to know what you think and what you might be coming in the future as well. We love reading it. Look at that. Gah. Makes me want to visit.
Yeah,
We need
it's
we need
something
a
for the explorers among the players that they can always enjoy exploring new parts, new road segments, and it's great that the team manages to sometimes revisit even like relatively fresh regions in the world, and for the fun of it, add another layer of polish or add another element into it that they feel it improves the whole experience. So this is just such an example.
That is great to see. Wow. Love that crystal blue water as well. Crystal clear. Lovely. All right.
All right.
Well, let's go on to the next folder then.
And
And the next
these,
folder, what's that now ones? What are these ones?
these are related to Montana.
Montana. Again, another upcoming state for American Truck Simulator that if you haven't already, make sure to add it to your Steam wish list. And if you need a reason why, well, I'm sure these pictures are going to tell a story to you for sure. Again, another state that we're really looking forward to seeing more of. And I'm sure we'll see a bit more content coming in the future from blogs as well. And I imagine the development is coming along pretty well for Montana. Is that right, Pavel?
Well, this is the thing with, as I mentioned, the production schedule or release schedule of a list of string of DLCs as you look at the calendar across the years. Montana is the one project that is supposed to complement Texas as we see it today, to make sure that Texas is not all alone on the release plan for a long time. So we try to accelerate Montana as much as we can because it started much later than Texas. Essentially, majority of the team has moved over from Wyoming to Montana, but there is some stealing of people again, some mixing of people. But in many ways, this is just following from where Wyoming has ended. And these are, again, compared to Texas, these are wildly different regions, but with Texas having these huge cities, these huge metropolitan areas where the team are really struggling to get so much man-made structures into the view, as opposed to here where there's a ton of fantastic natural landmarks, incredible countryside, incredible locations to view, but relatively smaller and fewer inhabited structures or much smaller cities and towns. So it's like two very different approaches of how we portray what we need to portray in a DLC in the world. And right now it's a little bit of a competition who manages to be quicker, but ultimately this is what people can look forward to next. It's a race between Texas and Montana.
Wow. Well, I don't think I would mind having either one of them first. I don't really have a favorite here because both of them are beautiful in their own way. Looking here at one of the industries here.
It looks like you couldn't choose the time of day to present this.
Yeah,
when
we just went through a time lapse there.
Yeah,
when we
were creating this one, we were like, wait a minute, all of these look awesome. Like which of, and then we like, let's keep them all. Like let's show them how this certain area is gonna look amazing in most part of the day, or in many part of the day.
It's great to see these huge industrial facilities. I believe this is another example of how we are progressing. In earlier years, we would approach a huge industrial place like this, maybe a chemical plant, by either using something totally generic that we could use repeatedly, or building a landmark, one-off structure for the spot. these days we tend to be a bit smarter about it, and we have more like a building blocks approach where we actually, the people on our research team are now so advanced in their trade that they had to understand whether this is a cracking unit and this is like a container for this, or that, how they connect, how they are piped together. So they build a lot of like the blocks that are making the whole structure like make sense in a chemical plant. And now we can reuse the individual elements, but not the whole of the area, for building various like properly sized, properly like inspired facilities across the country. And this is an example of how we make use of generic stuff that can be combined into unique landmark particular spot portrayal. And I think this makes us more productive, this makes us even more precise, and it makes it possible for us to get deeper into these facilities where need be and explore them for the players. So it's really another like sample of how we improve our process, our pipeline, our understanding of the world, of the industry. And I'm really looking forward to people, exploring the areas.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to exploring them myself as well. I mean, they're always so much to see, even the little details in the background as you're driving along. You gotta have your fast deliveries, you gotta have your slow cruises as well, just to make sure you capture and kind of take it all in. It really is beautiful to look at.
But it's fair to say, when it comes to Montana, it's fair to say I think that the team is actually barely just started. There are a few places that are like we have these stages of completion from pre-production and
these look kind of ready, but
these looks almost
tricked.
ready, but there is only a few of them completed to this level of detail and polish. Many locations are still like stage one, where just you have the basic layout of the direction of the road, but no detail whatsoever around it. Yeah. So the team is like super eager to push forward, but this is just like a few like showcases of what they can produce. But there's way more work to do on the whole of the state.
Just the beginning.
Yeah, to be honest, like massive shout out to the team standing behind the Montana DLC. But to be honest, like when we approached them, like, hey guys, will you have something special to be showed in the special Xmas stream? They were like, what? We just announced that. What do you want from us? Like, I'd be like, come on, give us at least 5 locations. And they were like, oh my God, okay, we will work on something. And they did a great job to prepare at least these teasers for you guys and girls.
No, thank you to all of the teams out there for bringing this out to our community, that they can have some nice little gifts before Christmas, nice little Christmas surprise, checking out some of these areas to keep them happy and occupied over the festive season. All right, let's move on to our next folder.
This is the last
one.
one.
Picked one. This is the last folder.
This is the last one.
The last one. We got to get through this.
I saw someone in the chat typing that they want also more like tight roads and challenges and secrets to discover, and I believe that this comes right in handy, because these are from the heart of Russia.
Wow.
And among these, you will also see screenshots from a certain area that might not be so obviously like available for you when you will drive around. So you will need to do some searching, some exploring, how to enter. But don't let me spoil it for you. Let's see. So here we have some kind of a lake with a parking lot, and they sell vegetables here. I can't
Seems
read.
like some sort of market.
I can't read. Watermelons.
There's a lot of watermelons there. Yeah, I can see that. They're overstocked in watermelons. Make for a nice snack.
And yeah, here's a little Easter egg that's gonna be hidden, and you will need to find it.
As a kid, I would be watching this. There's this movie
every Christmas
playing every Christmas on our Czech TV here.
Yeah,
a famous movie coming from Russia. So
I believe it's a Baba Yaga cottage, some kind of reference, or maybe. Look at that!
That's fantastic.
That. You will be able to.
So we are going to ask people to drive their truck through these places.
I believe, yeah, this is going to be a hidden road, at least from what I've been heard.
So as it looks like the Heart of Russia team is trying to surprise people with some crazy stuff, really.
Yeah, some fun for you. Or and some secrets to discover as well.
Mm.
Look at that.
Is that
Okay.
chicken? Is that chicken feet?
Yeah, you don't know that?
Is that chicken
You
feet?
didn't know that fairy tale movie, Alex?
I,
you know
I
what,
don't think they
it's-
will be playing in the UK
Then-
normally.
No, I'm not too sure.
I will send some.
It's a classic.
some
It's like a
clips out
cult
of it.
movie for my generation,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay, it sounds like I've got something to watch over Christmas then. That sounds like my Christmas movies are sorted. Look at that, almost like a treehouse there. That's very cool.
I believe
looking.
this is actually a treehouse. It's not a.
Yeah.
It's not a fantasy cottage with a chicken.
A
Like
legit treehouse.
Yeah.
Usually you just see those ones that like the kids make in little
Yeah.
boxes. It's like an actual like
This
lodge.
is a little bit fancier. I wish my
A bit
parents
fancy,
built this
yeah.
up for me when I was young. But
That would be nice.
look at that! Look
that.
at that lake.
With the kind of driven on track there through the grass and then the highway off to the right there. Wow. And there's a lot of different examples there of all sorts of architecture.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You got in the background there, you got
And then, like,
kind of religious
unique
place of worship, and then you
crosswalk.
got a bit more of a
There's some church.
kind of like built up huts there on the left, and then more like modern
Religious
housing on the
building.
right. Quite a variety there, which represents, I imagine, lots of different types of architecture found across the heart of Russia. Fantastic. That's really great to see.
This is amazing. I can't wait to see all the screenshots over socials when people will find it.
I'm sure it's hidden somewhere, but
It
they
is,
will definitely find it. They will definitely find it for sure.
All right.
That's great.
And I can also maybe reveal that over the holiday season, over the upcoming 2-3 weeks, we will not be silent about Heart of Russia as well, because we plan actually 3 blog posts to be released in the upcoming
Wow.
weeks. So
3 of them.
So from
Okay.
the pace of blog posts, people can probably infer that this is the one DLC that's coming closer to completion. It's not like it's complete by far. We have cool, crazy spots here to show you, but there is still definitely a ton of work on the DLC. But
yeah.
the view is, of course, that the Heart of Russia will be out there as like the earliest of the DLCs mentioned here.
Absolutely.
Wow, the community is being spoiled. What can I say? They're going to be receiving lots of content and things to look at over the Christmas period, as well as everything from this stream. I'm sure a lot of people will be going back to look at the pictures. So let us know, folks, in the chat. How did you like that? I think that was great, seeing all of those different things come in to Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator in the future. Really looking forward to it. And of course, that's not everything. Like we said, we've still got a
This is
cards up our
some
sleeve.
kind of visual elements. There is a lot of things happening kind of under the hood in the
true.
coding department with features. We like in the just most recent update, we keep working on the controller support and improving it. We did some work on AI, even though people will always be complaining about the AI. It's it's such a tough task for the programmers working on AI when the map designers are always coming up with like new types of intersections of curves. It's always like a new type of junction that has to be addressed, that the AI vehicles need to understand. And as you try to improve the code for addressing these new situations, sometimes it just happens that some of the older situations kind of slip through the cracks and reveal new bugs. So it's like a never-ending process, of course, that we will keep on improving. But with extra performance available through some of the hopefully new changes coming to the engine, we can maybe dedicate more cycles to some of the other processing that's happening in the engine to improve this. We had great progress with the sound in the engine recently, and in the fidelity and in the coverage. We did this major revolution with the trucks, with the noise generated by the various elements in the vehicle, be it engine or turbo or even the wind or anything, by having the sources processed for inside or outside camera, allowing us to open the windows finally, as was wished for so many years in the community. We have so many things are happening on the various teams and various like projects here, that I I hope that people really do have a lot of to look forward to.
I'm sure they will. And wow, we've been definitely spoiled. Thank you so much for allowing us to share all of these upcoming projects and things in the works with the community. And also a massive thank you to all of the teams as well that have worked hard to get all these screenshots out and to allow us to show these other areas as well. It's fantastic to see, and we got a lot to look forward to over the next year and beyond, which is very, very exciting indeed. And well, speaking of time, it looks like things are wrapping up here very, very quickly. We're running out of time very, very quickly. It really has flown. We've been, you know,
Almost
looking at all this stuff, and we don't even realize how the time has gone. So we really got to start wrapping things up here. It's been an absolute pleasure, everybody, to have you all with us for the stream this evening. Now, of course, before we do wrap things up, though, we do have some, you know, order of business to do. So we do have the giveaway that's been running. Yeah, we have 15 winners. We have 15 prizes to give away. And the keyword to enter, it's only available on the Twitch chat, twitch.tv/SCS Software, is Xmas, Xmas. We're going to give you just one more minute while I just go through the rules again before we start drawing our winners. Now, again, folks, to enter is the keyword Xmas. You need to type it once. And once you've entered once, that's it. You're good. And I can confirm to you right now, wow, what a number. I'm going to screenshot this because you won't believe that it's true. We have 1337. That's 1,337 entries.
Oh my god!
Entries. That's old school.
we should bring more.
Is this a record for you?
I think this might be. That's a lot of people.
I think you've advertised the stream just right, and maybe people are really interested in learning what's coming up for 2022. Yep. And you know, we actually do have to plan for 2023 and beyond to some extent. So we are always just showing what's close to completion, but there are teams, there are projects that are such like long-term commitments that we are not ready to talk about them yet because they will materials at some point, but not yet. But hopefully one of them will be also improved performance and visual quality that the programming team has been working on for so many years on like a new generation of our engine, and I finally see some very promising examples of new things working, but let's not talk about it yet because it's an open question. Like for the past 5 years, we have been always like 18 months from completion on this, and it's you know, it's no longer the same, but it's compressing in time. Finally, the perspective is more and more specific about when we get to where we need to be. But there are really it's not like we are letting our players, stuck with the same technology, with the same engine forever. We improve the light, we will improve performance. We'll definitely need to improve anti-aliasing because that's been a limitation of the old tech that we had a hard time addressing, but that should be addressed in the new framework. So cool stuff coming, definitely. Sorry for interrupting 100%. Again.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I tend to talk in these Christmas streams a lot.
we love to hear it.
I mean, to be honest, people kind of were like looking forward. People kind of were looking forward to you revealing something special every year. So
that's it. It's almost like
you didn't disappoint them.
Absolutely not. All right. Well, let's get this giveaway wrapped up. We've given you plenty of time now to get your entries in. Now over 1,400 of you have entered into the giveaway. Of course, some of the main prizes being the Thrustmaster T24H steering wheel. That's their latest product, very modern, sleek-looking wheel, and it's an exclusive limited edition one that comes in a beautiful red trim with the ETS2 or ATS logo. Also, some products from HyperX, their gaming headset, their microphone, the Quadcast RGB, the Allo Origins gaming keyboard, the US layout, gaming mouse, a huge RGB mouse pad from HyperX there to win. We've also got Daft Truck models and Crone Trailer models, as well as artwork from Annie. That was a concept art for the Renault Trucks T-High Evolution. That's signed by loads of the team at SCS Software, as well as Tobii eye trackers as well. The latest in eye tracking technology there, and some ETS2 and ATS t-shirts. We've got 15 of those huge, amazing prizes to give away, and we're going to give away those prizes right now. Again, folks, if you've entered, make sure to have your Twitch whispers on. That's a DM system. So if you do win, we can contact you after the stream. And if you are a winner, We'll need your shipping details and some contact details, and we're not going to be able to tell you. Well, we're not going to be able to tell you, but we're not going to tell you what prize you've actually won.
It's going to be
We're keeping it a surprise.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice gift for Christmas, so you could win anything from that range of prizes we have. So let's get the giveaway going. Let's get things wrapping up here for the giveaway. All right. So we're going to close the giveaway in 5.
Are you going to drum roll for each of them?
3. Probably not. 2, 1. I think my fingers will fall off if I do it that many times. So we'll avoid the drum rolls, and we're gonna run through these really quickly here.
Let's do this. Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Throw the names down, and massive good luck to everybody. Yes, all of that. Fingers crossed for you all. And our first winner is, we've got 15 of these to go through.
So are you guys going to count? Because I'm driving. I probably might not be able.
Yeah,
to.
I will count.
Okay.
So this is number 1. Number 1. Our first winner is rolling, Mr. Dizzy Kusk. Oh, we're gonna have some really fun usernames to work with today. Congratulations, you're one of our first winners. Can we get some GGs in the chat as well? Our second winner is Captain Caribbean. There you go, that's a nice name to have. Congratulations, you've also won one of those prizes. Who knows what it'd be until you turn up. Our third winner is Simfil Live.
GG.
Congratulations.
Keep these GGs coming. Keep these GGs coming.
Keep them coming. They're flooding the chat. Our fourth winner, Pitbull Charger. I think that's how you pronounce it. Congratulations to you as well. Our fifth winner, EJ_Alex_420.
Did you just win something,
well.
Alex?
Alex.
That's not me. That's not me. I have not entered.
You are being suspicious, man.
I have not entered the game. I would love to win some of those
enter?
prizes. I did not. No, that's not me. That's not me. I'm just waiting for Darius's name or something to come up next.
Yeah, he's always suspicious.
Okay, our sixth one, Progressively. Congratulations. Got to keep these noting down here. Got them writing them down very quickly here. And our seventh winner, Kman3107. You've also won yourself a prize.
Oh,
well
GG,
done.
GG.
GG. Number 8, Valley01. Number 9.
2 number 9s.
Oh,
Number 9.
2 number 9s. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to spell it out. It's like Prvgelu. Privgelu? Congratulations as well. You've also won yourself one of those prizes. What a name. What did I just say? Was that? Are we going on to number 10 now?
Yeah, because we were joking about
9 then. Number 10. Yeah. And speaking of number 9s, Gangster Boy 101, number 10 there is our
5 more to go. 5 more to go.
5 more winners. 5 more winners. Number 11, Pixonitis. Congratulations. And number 12, TR Dorm. You've also won yourself a prize. Number 13, El Psycho.
Ooh.
El Psycho.
Congratulations.
Number 14, Farmers. What a name. Just Farmers. That's the name. Farmers, you've won yourself. And our 15th and final winner. That's a lot of winners. Oh my goodness. Our final one is... I'll do a jump roll for this one. Why not? Oh.
Famous drum roll.
Spirit Hunter is our 15th and final winner. Congratulations, GG all. You've all won yourself a prize this Christmas from that list of prizes. It could be any one of those things. It's going to be a surprise when it turns up at your door. So make sure when you do receive it to let us know what you got and share it with us on social media as well. Congratulations to all of the winners. We'll be in touch with you shortly after the stream. Make sure to have your Twitch DMs on. All right. Well, there we go. There we have it. And what an amazing stream it has been. We've had a ton of fun with you all, kind of reminiscing about the past, talking about the future, giving away some amazing prizes from our partners. Again, a massive thank you to all of them. Thusmaster, Daft Trucks, Renault and HyperX, and Crone, Toby, and everyone else as well that we've been working with throughout the year. It's been really, really a great stream, and thank you all of you for coming out to support us, for being here and supporting us as well throughout the stream. All right, well, it's always hard to end these kinds of streams, isn't it? Because you don't really want it to end, because it's such a nice community spirit. Lots of you are in the chat from all over the world.
But
and
we
there's
will
so
be
many
back
of you here with
tomorrow.
us.
We will be back
So
tomorrow.
we'll be back
With
tomorrow.
Kevin,
We will
yeah.
be back tomorrow. Yeah. To take part in the Christmas Yesteryear World of Trucks event that's happening right now. Available on American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. You can earn yourself some awesome in-game rewards personally and for the community as well. So make sure to be tuned in for that. That's going to be happening tomorrow around the same time, isn't it, Nemo?
Yes, sir.
From 6 p.m.
Yes, sir.
CET.
From 6 p.m.
We'll be posting it on our social media to remind you. So make sure to come back for that. Give us a follow if you haven't already. We'll be live on YouTube, Twitch, and Steam as usual. All right. Well, before we disappear, maybe we can get some last words here from Pavel. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on these streams for these special annual Christmas streams, and it's been just so insightful having you here.
I'm so glad to be here. It's such a positive spirit to come to these Christmas streams. I guess, I hope it's not a cliche, but we always end up, thanking the creators, thanking the community, thanking the fans and supporters that we work together. I would like to thank you guys too for pulling off so many streams and helping us to be more visible. You are doing a fantastic job. I think the creators, of course, of all this great content need to be, in high regard. They need to be patted on their shoulders, as well as the rest of the team, because there are so many roles in addition to people just creating content. People that make the kind of the glue of the company, that make sure that the company is operational in HR or our reception girls, all that to make sure that the teams are productive, that the teams are operational. So thanks everybody at SCS. Thanks to all our fantastic partners, the contractors that work with us. We have now fantastic cooperations with teams in Slovakia or Russia that provide us with additional capacity for content, that we absolutely need more capacity, everywhere needing more capacity, ever will be probably. So it's great to see more, cooperation springing up to bring new stuff for us. So thanks everybody that's making this. There will probably not be an opportunity for me to meet the rest of SCS in person through the rest of the week or the next week. So in a way, I can maybe use this opportunity to wish them all a great Christmas time, all the best into the new year, and as well as to extend those wishes to the community at large. It's been a tough year. The next year, well, it's starting really, not so well again with all the what we hear about the pandemic still raging in so many regions. But let's hope that 2022 will eventually turn much better than 2021. And maybe that's the right spot for me to shut my... Okay.
Well, thank you, Pavel. It's always an absolute pleasure to have you on the streams, and we hope you have a wonderful holiday season as well with your family or whatever plans that you may have as well. So thank you. And Nimuro, good old friend, thank you so much for the year.
Partner.
Absolutely
pleasure.
It's been a fun year, and I'm looking forward to the future as well. It's crazy to think we've done so many streams together, and along with Darius as well. It's been fantastic. And I mean, it's kind of sad that we're coming, here to one of the last streams together of the year, and because I won't be there tomorrow, unfortunately. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, I can't wait for the future streams as well. So Nimuro, is any closing remarks from you before we disappear?
Again, guys, you two said everything I planned to say, so I would just not absolutely and 100% agree with everything you guys said. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the community, for being really the best community ever. Thank you, Snowman, for staying cool through the whole stream.
Snowman, the real MVP.
Yeah, and
he's the real OG.
And I believe that we actually could give one more gift today, and that might be rate someone. Let's rate someone. Let's bring viewers to some of our content creators. Anyone playing American or Euro Truck Simulator 2 right now?
Yes, we do. We actually had someone that was recommended to me from Darius, who says we should go raid them, go give them some love.
Go for it.
Their name is Mo Does Mo Hose, and they're doing some trucking on Euro Truck Simulator 2 right now. I believe they're doing the Christmas event, so let's go give them some love. Chat on Twitch if you're with us. let's go raid them. Let's go give them a lot of love from here at SCS to them. So make sure you join us along for the raid. But until next time, chat, if we don't see you again for the rest of the year, we hope you have a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful holiday season. It's been an absolute pleasure streaming with you today, and we hope you've enjoyed yourself. And we can't wait to see you again in the new year. Again, we do have that one more stream tomorrow with Gavin and guests as well, who'll be doing the Water Trucks event Christmas stream. So make sure to join them from 6 p.m. CET. But for myself, and from Pavel and Yes Snowman and Namiro and Philip as well in the studio, a massive thank you to him. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, or evening, wherever you're watching from the world. A wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. Take care, everybody. We'll see you another time.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.